All right. Hello, everyone. Uh, this is kind of a continuation of the first one because, long story short, I had it in the comments. It was like fucking 10 o'clock. It was later in the night. I put a comment down saying like that it didn't let me finish. Like it said that I had a whole minute left, so I was gonna use that minute to like close out the entire thing, and it ended like 30 seconds before or 40 seconds before, so I didn't even get to finish it off. So this is kind of just a continuation of the first one. I'm probably going to end up talking about a whole bunch of random stuff. Uh, but I actually figured out the storage issues. I don't have like a whole gajillion bunch of time, but I have 49 minutes. I doubt I'm going to be rambling here for an hour. It's probably going to be like around 20 minutes, 20 something minutes like last time. Uh, if you see a pause, it's because I'm going to take a drink. Uh, I don't know if they allow. I know I'm not like some big company or something, but I don't know if they allow like brands in YouTube videos that are made by fucking nobodies. So I might pause just so I can take a drink. Uh, so if there's like a weird cut, I didn't like say anything bad or whatever. I mean, I could, and I couldn't tell you that. I could completely say something fucking like off the cuff, and you wouldn't know. But it's most likely because I'm going to be taking a drink. It's like off screen right now. That's why I'm pointing at it. Uh, so anyway, this is kind of just a continuation of the first one because there's a few more points that I wanted to add about bisexuality. It's not just once again, uh, my channel isn't just going to be like this kind of stuff. It's not just going to be like, I'm a bi guy, so you gotta fucking love me. You gotta accept me. It's not going to be that necessarily. I think just for the beginning videos and some future content, I might revolve it around that. But mostly the reason why the beginning videos are like this is just because it kind of lets you know a little bit of who I am. Uh, I guess like it's only one part of me. I doubt anyone really shows like 100% of themselves on their YouTube channel. So I feel like that'd be a little too much, a little too personal. So anyway, same as yesterday. Literally, I did not move this at all. It's been sitting here. Well, it's been closed, but it's been sitting here the entire time. So I crossed out the questions I already answered because I would have forgotten if I answered them already, and I would have asked or I would have answered them again. So I don't have that many actually. I answered a lot of the big ones that I had. I might write some more notes down between this, but let me see. Let me see which one. That's what. Sorry, I keep on hearing like birds or something out the window. I don't fucking know. Uh, I guess we'll go with the easy one, or not the easy one, not the easy one, but we'll go with the one that's first on this page anyway. And it says, "Is my attraction split evenly?" Uh, I was about to say that's such a hard question to answer, but quite simply, no. Like it's not like how they portray it in like movies and shit, where it's like, oh, I like this and I like that, and it's very like cut and clear, like where the line is. I would say for me, it like fluctuates. It goes from one spectrum or one side of the spectrum to the other side. There is no like middle point, it really teeter totters. I don't know why I'm using so many analogies, and I don't know why I'm using my hands to like enunciate the imaginary things that are going on. I don't fucking know. But I would say it fluctuates a lot. It really just depends on my mood, honestly, and like what's going on in my life. But a lot of people get the misconception that it's like very, you know, half and half. As I said, you see it in movies a lot. People just have this preconceived notion that that's how it is. And I'll get into like some misconceptions. That's actually like the next thing I have on my notes. Misconceptions. So, because there's a lot of misconceptions about this that also tie into other things too. But short answer, I guess, is no. My attraction is not split evenly between either gender or identity or whatnot. Uh, so yeah. uh, as I said, I guess we'll get to the misconceptions. Let me see. I kind of wrote them down in like a list, but I don't know if I'll pick like a certain order to do them in. I guess I'll go with the first one, just like last time. The first one I have written down here is being bi is a phase. And once again, this is very clear. I can tell you that idea is not true. Uh, and people usually say that. I feel like they say that a lot when people, they come out as bi, and well, not only bi, but like in this case, people come out as bi, and then later in life they're like, oh, I'm actually this or I'm actually that. And then people use that to justify like, oh, it was just a phase. Like you were just lying. You were just faking it. And it's like, no, that's not necessarily how that works. I feel like it's just sexuality is like a spectrum in general. Like it's a very like it's a scale that's constantly moving, and there isn't like, I mean, for some people it's very easy for them to be like, yeah, I am this, and like that's not going to change. Obviously circumstances are different for everyone. For me, like I can sit here and tell you 100% that I am most likely, I'm not going to say 100% because I don't want this to fucking bite me in the ass. I'm going to say like 90, let's go 90. Let's go 90% that I am bisexual, and I'm very okay with that fact. Like, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I think that is 100% who I am. Uh, if I wasn't bi, I'd probably be gay. I, I don't know. I don't know. I say that, and that sounds very like, I don't know. That sounds very bad. Like, if I wasn't this way, then I'd be that way. What I mean though is like, if I were to lean on more on one side of a gender that I like, it'd probably be more guys and girls. Don't ask me why. That's probably gonna change in like the next week or month or whatever the fuck, as I just said earlier. Right now, it'd probably be leaning more towards guys than it would be women. Uh, but that's just me, honestly. But as I said, or as the question said, being bi is a phase is a very big misconception. So I'm just gonna cross. Wow, I'm gonna cross that out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cross the other one out too. There we go. The next one. I'm sorry if I'm going a little too fast and my thoughts are really rambly. As I said in the comment and as I say in my description, I think these videos probably aren't going to be like super high production, super edited. Like there's not going to be like a gajillion edits and cuts. This is most likely, at least these first few videos, to see if I really want to do this. These first few videos are probably just going to be dicking off and, figuring out what I'm comfortable with and seeing if I want to do this for a while, if this is just like a quick fad that I was going through. Because as I said in the last video, I do have another channel. It's not really like, obviously it's personal because it's still me, but it doesn't have like, it doesn't really have me talking about myself like this necessarily, like directly to me. Like in the other ones, obviously like you'd still be talking to me because I'm the one that runs that channel, but you would never get like a back and forth like sitting here talking to just me directly, because usually I'd have a game in the background and I'd be distracted and I'd start rambling on even worse than I am now. So I kind of like this more personalized idea of content, because then I feel like it would allow more open discussion instead of, you have this option to talk about a game or you have this option to talk about this. I feel like when you actually feel like you're talking to your viewer and the viewer feels like they're actually talking to you, it's way easier to garner an audience that feels more connected to you as a person instead of them potentially just watching you because of the games you play or the facade of a personality that you put up. Because I can tell you right now, I'm not saying like people are dumb for liking content creators, but a lot of content creators that people watch, and sometimes I do this too, you'll watch the way they act. Obviously, I'm just gonna point this out. Obviously, the way they act on streams and videos are not how they actually are in real life. And sometimes that's like okay because you want to escape from reality, but a lot of times, to me anyway, it feels very disingenuous. And I'd rather have like a content creator that isn't necessarily the most exciting person, but I'd rather them be themselves than like try to appeal to an audience that wouldn't watch them otherwise, you know? Like just make content for yourself and just have fun with it. And I know that's much harder to say when you become big because you have to worry about the larger audience, but honestly, if the larger audience makes it so you have to sacrifice your fun to do something, I just feel like I would stop at that point because I feel like a lot of people, and me included, should just get used to the idea that it's okay to not do everything to please people. And it's okay to just do something for yourself every once in a while and not, you know, not being, I was going to say a bootlicker. That sounds very harsh, but not being like necessarily the support friend of your team, you know. I was using a game analogy there and it sounds way worse saying it out loud than I actually did in my head. But anyway, off that little ramble, off that little tangent. Next point is bi people are more likely to cheat, and this one fucking pisses me off so bad. Uh, I feel like I'm just gonna answer this in a very sharp way. I feel like if people are gonna cheat, it doesn't matter if they're bi or if they're gay or whatever the fuck they are. If they were gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat anyways. It doesn't matter what their sexuality is. They're just a shitty person. Like, stop equating shitty actions to someone's sexuality instead of start equating shitty actions to shitty people and stop trying to find a way to justify a very vile way to justify a very shitty action with an even shittier like connotation. Like just because this person happened to be bi or gay does not mean that that's why they cheated on you. I mean, I don't know why I keep on saying gay because I'm not trying to exclude anyone else in the community, but I feel like a lot of the times it is the bi community that sees a lot of this kind of what's the word? Fuck, I had the word in my head. I can't think of it. But it's the bi community that sees a lot of this like questioning and this kind of speech, you know? It's like, oh, if I start dating this bi person, are they going to cheat on me later because they're not satisfied? And that's like so fucking disingenuous. That's like so rude. Like, I don't just like, let's say I start dating a girl. I'm not just going to be like, oh, you're going to cheat on me with another guy because, I don't satisfy you. Like, that sounds fucking weird. That sounds creepy. Like, don't go into a relationship that you feel like you can't trust the other person in because that fucking ruins it for everyone. Like, if you can't trust your partner and they haven't done anything to be distrustful, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. I'm sorry, but that's a you problem. It's not their fault that you. I was about to say, it's not your fault that you can't trust them. Or it's your fault. But, like, I'm not trying to victim blame. But, like, just because, you think that bi people are more prone to cheat and you've seen it happen in other cases and they happen to be bi does not mean that's how every fucking person works. Like, as I said, stop equating shitty actions to sexuality and start equating them to shitty people. You don't have to have a bi, like, you don't have to make it a bi person issue. Like, I was going to say regular people. We are regular people. But like heteronormative people also cheat and they get cheated on too. Like it's not like a bi person thing. heteronormative relationships also have cheaters. Stop fucking equating it to bisexual people. That's so fucking weird. So disingenuous to bi people and anyone else in the community that they equate it to. Stop fucking doing that. It's weird and it's creepy. Stop. Anyway, I'm gonna cross that one out too. So I'm sorry if a lot of these are very rambly, but as I said, that's kind of what this content's gonna be because I'm not gonna edit it a lot. So I'm this way. My hand's gonna be in the way because I'm gonna check the time. All right, I'm gonna pause it for a second. All right. For a second there, I was afraid I was gonna actually end the video. Luckily, just paused it. I fucking chugged that shit down. I know you won't see like the actual time between like the pause and all of that. Like you won't be able to tell. That was only like a minute. And my fucking god, I haven't finished it, but I think this thing is a liter, and I almost have it all the way gone. And I'm feeling that was a little rough. I'll tell you what it is. I won't tell you the brand though, but it's just tea. Well, actually, it's more like fruit juice. They do this. The thing I'm drinking, they do a whole bunch of shit. It's just fruit juice. They call it fruit cocktails. Non-alcoholic, obviously, but it's just fruit juice basically. It's watermelon, and my god, it is so fucking good, so good. But my god, I should not have downed almost that entire fucking thing. Anyway, sorry, to get back onto point, so you're not listening to me fucking talking about chugging the fucking drink I just did. Alright, the next thing was connected to the other ones. I'm going to cross that out too, because it was an answer. I did actually write an answer for that, but it wasn't like a long answer. It was just kind of narrowing down the points instead of me rambling. Okay, here's a good one. Why do people think we're confused? Why is that so common? Like, what is with that idea? It kind of goes, as I said, it kind of goes with being bi is a phase, because like they equate that also. It's like, oh, you're confused. You don't know what you want. You don't know. Dude, I fucking knew. I'm just gonna be blunt here. I knew from a very young age. I think I said that last video. I knew from a very young age I was bisexual. It was just one of those things that like you kind of just know, and even if you don't want to accept it, you still know deep down, like, hey, this is me, you know. And you could try avoiding it all you want, but that just makes it worse, honestly. Trying to avoid who you are, it's not healthy for you, and it does, depending on how you react to it, it does affect the people around you too. So for me, I was kind of just like, I just got to accept it, because like I don't want to fucking, I'm already miserable. Well, not right now. I'm good now. But at the time, like I was an angsty teenager. I'm like, I'm already miserable, so I don't want to be fucking more miserable, because I can't be honest with myself. So, yeah. But I don't know why people think we're confused. Like, we don't, I don't know, heteronormative people don't question. I'm trying to think of like a good way to like use an analogy. But I guess it really only applies to like, well, not really only applies, but it applies really with the LGBTQ community of like, oh, you're just confused. Like if someone's gay, it's like, well, you just haven't met the right, you just haven't met the right woman yet. And like, once again, that's so fucking gross. That's so disgusting. Like if someone tells you like, hey, I'm gay, I like men, they fucking like men. Like they're not just doing it for shits and giggles, bro. They're not doing it to make you laugh. That's what they like. That's their preference. So It's the same thing with bi people. Like when bi people say, "Hey, I like men and women," it's like, "Oh, you just haven't met the right woman." Because no offense, like being with a woman, even when you're bi, is seen as like straight passing, and that's so fucking weird. Because like I'm still bisexual even if I date a woman. Like it doesn't just turn me straight. And I don't just turn gay if I start dating a guy afterwards. I'm still bi during both times. That also is kind of another point. I don't know if I had it written on here, but that was another point I was thinking about writing yesterday before I had to end the video, or before the video ended itself. Was that just because like you start dating a woman as a bi person doesn't make you straight, and it doesn't make you any more or less bi. Like people have this idea that, as I said, if you start dating a woman, even if they're straight or they're bisexual, it's seen as like straight passing, and that's just so fucking weird. Like I'm still bi, regardless of who I'm dating at the time. Like, I guess this kind of leads into another point that I had of like with bi men and bi women also see this, but from my personal experience as a bi man, uh, you get a lot of like, oh, well, you're too gay to date a woman, but you're too straight to be with a guy. And that fucking sucks. That sucks. That kind of leads into another point that I'll get into later, but that fucking sucks. Like, that sucks so much. It hurts a lot when people do that because, like, I don't fucking do that with you guys in your relationships. Like, I don't fucking do that to you, so why do that to me? Like, why try putting me in a box? Like, as I said, I'm not any more straight or gay, and there's not a split evenly attraction. It fluctuates. So, but just don't fucking say that to me. Don't say that to me. Don't say that to anyone else. Like I'm not too gay to be with a woman, and I'm not too straight to be with a guy. I can be with whoever the fuck I want. Stop assuming everything and stop trying to put me in a box. Like me personally, I don't try labeling people. So stop trying to label me, okay? Anyway, I know I probably sound really affected by that. I'm not really like, it bothers me, but I'm not like gonna start crying on here, talking about like my past with people. That's not necessarily what I'm here for. But this also kind of leads into, I'm gonna cross the last one out. This also kind of leads to, as I said, the next point that I got, where I said bisexual erasure does indeed exist. And the point that I was just talking about actually leads really, or it starts really good with that. As I said, either you're too straight for men or you're too gay for women. Uh, and there was another point that I had added to it of why are we targeted amongst our own circles, And this goes for men and women, like bi men and women too. But why are we like so targeted from other groups in our own community? Like why, I'm not saying it's only like our communities, but like we get it from both, we get it from every side. Like like I'm not trying to like say like, oh, we're always the victim and everyone's always against us. But like we get it so much from our own fucking communities, our own circles, and it drives me insane. Like, should we all be here to like unify each other? Like we already have, all of us already have it hard as it is, so why make it more miserable for everyone fucking else, bro? Like why make it so much worse for everyone else? We should just be trying to bring people together and not tearing our own circles apart, because then it just makes us look bad. Like stop trying to tear each other down. Like try to build each other up. And that doesn't just go for our circles. Like that doesn't just go for the LGBTQIA plus community. That goes for everyone. Like I feel like if a lot of people just spent less time trying to knock everyone else down a peg, a lot of people's lives and our lives and everyone's lives would just be less fucking miserable. Like, I feel like if we just spent more time focusing, like, on helping people, like, lift, like, if we helped each other lift each other up, we wouldn't be so fucking miserable all the time. And maybe we would, but at least that wouldn't be adding to the miserable stuff, you know? Like, maybe things would just be a little bit better in every aspect of life if people weren't trying to knock each other down a peg. And I'm just putting it out there that goes a lot with like homophobia and all that, and biphobia, all the phobias relating to LGBTQIA plus people. Is a lot of people in our own community, we get it from each other, and it fucking sucks. It sucks so much. And as I said, you see it a lot. Like, this is gonna sound really fucked up. You see it a lot with trans people, because a lot of people in our own community, not me, I support everyone because I would want to be supported by everyone. So why wouldn't I support everyone? You can't expect support from people that you don't support. Uh, but you see it a lot with the trans community, and I'm sorry if I say anything that's like not 100% like correct. Please correct me if I say anything that's not like not purposely offensive. I'm not going to say anything that's like super fucked up on purpose. But I'm still learning a lot going through our communities too. But you see it a lot with the trans community of people being like, oh, they're not real women or they're not real men. And it's like, first of all, yeah, they are. They're very valid and they do belong in in these communities. And they do deserve to live normal lives. Like, who fucking cares what they're living? It's their life, not yours. But these are real people you're talking about. It's the same thing with like homophobes and biphobes and all that. Like, they talk down to us like we're not people. Like, we are. We very much well are people. Like, stop trying to talk to us like we're fucking toddlers, bro. We're people. We're people and we belong here. Like, stop trying to take us down a peg because you're unhappy that we are existing as regular human beings. Like, we are people, and that's okay. Like, I'm not saying everyone has to be 100% down with us and they have to, do the cha-cha with us every time Pride Month comes around. I'm just saying, like, the reason why a lot of the community is super vocal about things is because we aren't fucking treated like people. We aren't treated like your neighbors. We aren't treated like whatever the fuck you want to say. We're treated like outcasts a lot of the times, and it fucking sucks. Like, we just want to be treated like people, just like you guys want to be treated like people. Treat us. I hate saying it because that sounds so fucking like kindergartner, but treat us the way you want to be treated. Like, you wonder why people in our community treat you like shit sometimes, and sometimes people in our community wonder. I mean, obviously, we're a little more predisposed to hate because of what we are. But sometimes our community also does kind of fucked up things, and I say some really fucked up shit. And that's not like a lot of our community. That's like, the small groups over here, small groups over there. It's like the microcosms of our community. But there's always microcosms of every community. But both sides sometimes say some really fucked up shit that I don't agree with all the time. But it's like, just treat people the way you want to be treated, you know? Like, be fucking respectful. Even if you don't like us, you can at least treat us with some respect. Like, we don't have to like you, but we don't treat you like we're gonna fucking spit on you every time that you walk by us. Like, we can just ignore you because that's like the right thing to do. I'm not saying like we neglect you guys, but we don't have to be like, oh, you hate us? What are you gonna fucking do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You wanna fight me? I don't fucking do that. You don't like me? I'll just keep on walking by and mind my own business because I'm a fucking grown ass man. So, I mean, I say I'm a grown ass man, but there's still a lot of things I have to go through, and there's still a lot of things in life that I have to deal with. But relatively speaking, in this matter, I'm a grown ass man. I should be able to try to keep my emotions at least a little bit intact, depending on the circumstances. I'm not gonna sit here and like talk about like what if this happens, what if that happens. Just based on the circumstances that I put down here right now, I think I would do my best to keep my emotions in check. That's just me though. So I just realized it's the 30-minute mark. I can't fucking believe that. I told myself, as I said earlier, I'm only going to do like 20 minutes or so, and it's fucking 30 minutes. I'm not going to use the whole 49 minutes. I might clear out some more storage, so I could do like an hour long thing, but I don't really have anything else written down. The last two parts were literally the questions I have written down. The other one right here was asked yesterday. It was my potential plans for the channel, and those are for right now. I think they're gonna stay the same. I think I don't have anything else written down. Yeah, those are gonna stay the same. So, I'm sorry that this got really ranty and very like rambly. I feel like that's a lot of what this channel is gonna be in the future if I decided to keep on doing this. But I'm sorry if it like annoys you. You don't have to watch. You don't have to stay here the entire time if you don't want to. I'm not gonna force you, obviously. Uh, but if anyone actually does end up watching these at any point in your life, I just want you to know that I really appreciate it. Every view counts. Uh, I I guess since I said that, I'm gonna say this. A lot of people will probably think when I say that, and a lot of other people say that, it's like, oh, you're saying that so you can be modest, so you don't look like an arrogant asshole. But I used to believe that like, one view doesn't do shit. I need the whole world to see this. I need everyone to see this. It's so important that they see this, and it's so important that I get recognized for my talents. But I kind of realized over time, especially getting older and having a channel that you put so much effort into and it didn't really do that well. And I'm not blaming anyone for that. I mostly blame myself for that. That's a whole nother story though. But having another channel that, you put all your effort into and it doesn't really have as much views as you thought it would and you think it should. I don't think so now, but when I was younger, I thought I deserved way more than I actually did. You kind of get so caught into it of like, oh, this video did really well, so why is my other stuff doing really well? And you get so lost in the numbers of it. I kind of elaborated this on a little bit earlier, I think, or on my last video, of like, you get so caught up in like the idea of trying to get bigger and grow your channel that you lose a lot of the passion that you have to make content. And I don't want to do that. I want to be passionate about this, and I want to do it because it makes me feel good. I want to do it because I'm having fun with it, not because, oh, I'm getting so much attention from it. I mean, it's nice. It would be nice to get attention from it, but I'm not doing it so I can make this grandeur following and I become the biggest YouTuber in the world. I'm honestly just doing this because it's nice. It's nice, even if no one sees this. It's kind of nice to get these thoughts out in the world because not a lot of people are willing to talk about topics that I am interested in, and a lot of the areas that you can talk about these kind of topics in are usually pretty biased, either on the opposing side or the side that you're arguing. I can't talk. That you're arguing for. So you don't really get an actual like answer. A lot of the times they hear what you want to hear, or they give you what you want to hear, and you kind of just accept that, and you get very biased yourself. And I don't want that. I want to see both sides of a lot of things. Obviously, if they're both respectful, I'm not just gonna sit here and take shit because I'm not fucking doing that. But it's just kind of nice to like ground yourself. It's kind of nice to just be with the moment. So anyway, what I'm saying is that one view actually is enough. like, as long as someone sees this at some point in their life, that's enough for me, because that means that someone heard me and they listened to me. And even if they don't really like me, that's okay. It's just nice to get these ideas out there while I have a chance. Because, you know, you never know. I don't know why this got really dark all of a sudden, but you never really know the last time. This doesn't even really imply death necessarily, but you never know the last time that you're going to see someone. So it's kind of nice, you know, to take in the time that you do have with these people. And as I said, I'm not even saying dying. I more so just mean, like, let's say I never make another video again, but these 2 videos, they actually get to some people. They really like the videos, or they just think they're kind of mid. That's okay. It's just nice to get these ideas out while I have the chance, instead of just letting these ideas sit in my head and doing nothing with them, you know? So one view does matter to me, and 1 subscriber or a gajillion or however many subscribers matter to me, because I'm doing this for me and not necessarily for other people. So, I mean, I hope that I can help people someday. But as I said earlier, I'm not going to play the role of, like, the guardian angel, you know? I'm just me living my life, and you're just you living your life. And if that coincides with each other, that's great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But I just want to say thank you for watching this really dumb, rambly video. Uh, I don't know how late in the night this will be posted, because it took like an hour last night, or like 45 minutes last night, to get the one I made last night. It was only 20 minutes long, and this one's almost 40. So it'll probably take longer to get this one posted. But hopefully, whenever someone sees this in their life, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for having me. And I hope to see, well, you. I'm seeing you. I don't know if you're seeing me, because you only see my shirts, my hands, really. But I hope to see you on this channel another time. And if I don't, then I wish you all a really good life. And I hope you do really well out there. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you. And I don't know how to end a video, so I'm just going to say thank you, and I hope you have a good night. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.